When I started babysitting, the parents gave me a horrifying set of rules. I thought I hit the jackpot when the Morrison family offered me $300 to babysit their daughter for one night. I had no idea this would be the last normal day of my life. The job seemed perfect. Rich neighborhood, well-behaved kid, easy money. What could go wrong? Everything, apparently. When I arrived at their mansion on Elm Street, Mrs. Morrison answered the door looking absolutely exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, hands shaking slightly as she spoke. "Thank God you're here, Riley," she said, practically pulling me inside. "We haven't had a night out in months." Mr. Morrison came downstairs carrying their 7-year-old daughter, Sophie. The little girl was adorable, with curly blonde hair and big blue eyes, but something felt off. She didn't smile when she saw me. She just stared. "Before we leave," Mrs. Morrison said, handing me several folded papers. "These are very important instructions. Please follow them exactly." "Sophie's special," I nodded, stuffing the papers in my pocket without reading them. Big mistake. They left in a hurry, practically running to their car. I should have known something was wrong when they didn't even say goodbye to Sophie. The first few hours went great. Sophie and I watched cartoons, played board games, ate pizza. She was sweet and polite, nothing like the weird, difficult kids I usually dealt with. Around 7:30, she yawned and said she was getting tired. "What time is your bedtime?" I asked. "Mommy says I have to be in my room with the door locked by 8 p.m. she said matter-of-factly. Locked? That seemed weird. But rich parents had strange rules sometimes. I figured I'd check the instructions once I got her settled. I tucked Sophie into her bed at 7:55. As I was leaving, she grabbed my arm. "Don't forget to lock the door," she whispered urgently. "And whatever you hear tonight, don't come back in here. Promise me." "Why would I need to?" "Promise me," she said, her grip tightening. Okay, I promise." I closed her door and noticed the heavy-duty lock installed on the outside. Not a regular bedroom lock. This was the kind they used in psychiatric hospitals. My hands were shaking as I turned the key. Downstairs, I finally pulled out Mrs. Morrison's instruction. What I read made my blood turn to ice. "Dear Riley, thank you for watching Sophie tonight. She is not like other children. At exactly 8:15 p.m., you will hear scratching coming from her room. This is normal. Do not unlock her door no matter what you hear. At 8:30 p.m., the scratching will stop. You will hear Sophie crying and begging to be let out. She will sound terrified and in pain. This is not Sophie. Do not unlock the door. At 9 p.m., you will hear what sounds like furniture being thrown around her room. You may hear glass breaking. Do not investigate. Do not unlock the door. At 9:30 p.m., everything will go silent. This is when it becomes dangerous for you. Stay in the living room with all the lights on. Do not go upstairs. Do not go in the basement. Do not look out any windows. Between 10 p.m. and midnight, you may see Sophie walking around the house. This is not Sophie. Sophie is safely locked in her room. Whatever you see is something else wearing her face. If you see it, do not make eye contact. Do not speak to it. Pretend you don't see it. Most importantly, Sophie has been dead for 3 years. What's in that room is something else. Something that found her body and decided to wear it. We can't get rid of it, so we contain it. We've been looking for someone young and healthy to, well, you'll understand soon enough. The doors are locked from the outside. There's no cell service here. No landline. You can't leave. We're sorry, but Sophie needs to feed, and we can't do this anymore. Good luck. The Morrisons. P.S. If you're reading this, it's already too late. I dropped the paper, my hands shaking violently. I checked my phone. No signal. I ran to the front door, locked with some kind of electronic system I'd never seen before. The windows were barred from the outside. That's when I heard it. Scratching. Coming from Sophie's room. Slow, deliberate scratches like fingernails on wood. I looked at the clock. 8:15 p.m. exactly. The scratching got louder, more frantic. Then I heard Sophie's voice, sweet and innocent. "Riley? Riley, there's something in my room with me. I'm scared. Please let me out." But I'd locked her in there myself. She couldn't be talking unless... "Riley, please. It's trying to hurt me. I need help." The voice was coming from right outside the living room now. I spun around and saw Sophie standing in the doorway, still in her pajamas, tears streaming down her face. But Sophie was locked upstairs. I'd locked her in myself. "Please help me." "Not," Sophie said, taking a step closer. "I'm so scared." I looked at the clock. 8:17 p.m. According to the note, the real Sophie should still be scratching at her door upstairs, and she was. I could hear both the scratching from upstairs and not Sophie talking to me in the living room. "What are you?" I whispered. Not Sophie smiled, and her teeth were black and rotted. "I'm hungry," she said, "and you're going to help me feel better." That's when I realized the Morrisons hadn't left me here to babysit. They'd left me here as food, and whatever was wearing Sophie's face was getting ready to eat.